Imagine a Christmas slate so loaded that every national anthem you hear on NBA TV feels like a countdown to a playoff preview. 5 games, huge star power, and storylines that could upend the league's talking points for weeks. This is not a rerun of last year's highlights. This is Christmas 2025, and it's about to drop a blockbuster on your living room couch. Hey Hoops fans from the United States and Canada, welcome back to the channel. If you live for the thrill of the hardwood during the holidays, you're in the right place. Today, we're decoding a Christmas Day schedule that reads like a script for a high-stakes drama. Knicks versus Cavaliers to start the day. Lakers versus Rockets in the centerpiece. Mavericks versus Warriors chasing another chapter in a long-running rivalry. Thunder versus Spurs as a title defense celebration. And Nuggets versus Timberwolves. Sealing the night with a Western Conference showdown. Grab your hot chocolate because we're breaking down every matchup, every angle, and every moment you'll want to savor. What makes this 5-game slate feel special? It's not just the talent, it's the deliberate storytelling baked into each matchup. The NBA's holiday slate has become a tradition, yes, but this year's lineup feels like a curated montage of the league's evolving power dynamics. Let's walk through each game as if you're sitting courtside and the camera keeps cutting to the players' faces as the clock ticks down. Aim 1, Knicks versus Cavaliers. First tip of the day goes out east, with 2 teams that have spent the last season proving they belong at the top of the conference. The Knicks return to Christmas in a big way, marking their 58th Christmas Day appearance, the most in league history, fueled by a fan base that treats this game like a holiday tradition. The Cavaliers, despite dealing with injuries to some of their top pieces, bring a roster that's built for a sprint to the playoffs and beyond. This isn't just a non-conference warm-up. It's a potential early season indicator that the East is a deep, multi-horse race where either team could be a playoff nemesis come spring. Watch how the Knicks' ball movement and the Cavs' defensive schemes collide. And listen for those moments when a veteran like Jalen Brunson or Darius Garland flips the momentum with a big shot late in the clock. Game 2, Lakers versus Rockets. From the East to the West, the Christmas spectacle pivots to a clash that has title relevance written all over it. The Lakers, riding a wave of tradition, this is their 27th straight Christmas Day appearance, welcome a revamped Houston Rockets squad led by Kevin Durant. Durant's presence instantly shifts the Rockets from a rebuilding storyline into the team that can beat anybody. Add in the aura of LeBron James and the chemistry they've built with Luka Doncic in the mix, and you've got a dynamic that's equal parts nostalgia and future-shaping talent. This isn't just a marquee matchup, it's a chess match between a veteran-drenched championship culture and a star-powered high-gear roster that has the potential to flip the Western Conference script. Expect a game that features late-game decision-making under pressure, clutch shots from players who have made a living in crunch time, and a few highlight reel moments that'll be replayed in every top 10 montage for weeks. Game 3, Mavericks versus Warriors. Next up, the Mavericks head to the Bay Area to test themselves against the Warriors, a franchise that has defined modern NBA excellence for a decade. Dallas features a dynamic mix of Kyrie Irving's playmaking, with Anthony Davis still patrolling the paint, and Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick, adding a fresh spark to a roster that's chasing consistency. The Mavericks have chased this rivalry for years, and this Christmas matchup offers a stage where veteran resilience meets young, explosive potential. It's also a narrative thread about continuity versus evolution. Can Dallas maintain a high-octane, playoff-caliber offense against Golden State's patient, multi look that thrives in ball movement and elite shooting? Expect a few jaw-dropping sequences, whether it's a breakdown in a pick and roll, a deep 3 with a hand in the face, or a defensive stand that shifts momentum late. Game 4, Thunder versus Spurs. The Thunder, fresh off a championship run in 2025, host the Spurs in a game that's part ceremony, part competition. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander headlines a roster that's been built to win now and in the future. And Victor Wembanyama stands at the other end of the floor as a potential MVP in waiting. This game is a measuring stick for where both teams stand on the post-title landscape. So OKC's veterans complementing a rising core, and San Antonio's rebuild moving from hope to evidence of progress. It's a night where fans get a taste of both immediate return basketball and the long arc of trajectory. Yet every possession could foreshadow a future playoff showdown or a breakout performance that has scouts buzzing. Game 5. Nuggets vs Timberwolves. The night caps with a rematch that has history and star power in equal measure. Nikola Jokic vs Anthony Edwards. The Nuggets, champions of 2025, are looking to prove their title run was more than a one-year story, while the Timberwolves are aiming to remind the league that they're a legitimate contender and a threat to spoil the party. This is a game where individual clashes, Jokic's relentless dual-threat mastery, Edwards' explosive athleticism, escalate into broader storylines about playoff seeding, head-to-head leverage, and what kind of momentum a team can ride into the postseason after a high-stakes winter battle. The absence you'll notice, Celtics on Christmas Day. One notable omission on this year's slate is the Boston Celtics, the 2024 champions, who won't be featured due to Jason Tatum's season-ending Achilles injury. The absence of a perennial Christmas fixture adds one more layer to the narrative. Even the strongest dynasties aren't immune to the brutal realities of a long season. And Christmas becomes even more about the new guard stepping up to fill big shoes. Now that you've seen the lineup, let's pull back and look at the inside track on what makes these games compelling beyond the matchups. The star power crescendo. LeBron, Curry, Jokic, Edwards, Durant, and Shai all loom large. Christmas Day will be as much about the individual narratives as the team dynamics. Expect players to elevate late in games, especially when the arena electricity swells with holiday energy. The playoff preview angle, Knicks vs Cavaliers, is pitched as an Eastern Conference Finals feel, with both teams trying to establish themselves as real conference powerhouses. Nuggets vs Timberwolves is the Western counterpart, with high-stakes chemistry and potential postseason implications. The title defense aura. Thunder's championship backdrop provides a unique layer to Thunder Spurs. OKC's ring celebration vibe, plus a challenger in a young Spurs squad, creates a mix of reverence and urgency. Perfect for a Christmas narrative that's both celebratory and competitive. The marquee of history and future, Lakers vs Rockets, carries a lot of sentimental weight. LA's Christmas tradition, Durant's move to Houston, and the generational chess match that unfolds when LeBron and Durant do battle under the bright lights. Injury and absence storytelling. The Celtics' absence isn't just a footnote. It reshapes Eastern Conference expectations and opens space for others to claim the spotlight. Christmas becomes a moment of shifting power, not just a calendar date of high-profile games. What's at stake beyond the box scores? A handful of things you'll want to keep on your radar as the season unfolds. Momentum and morale. The way teams handle the high-pressure scenarios on Christmas Day often sets the tone for January and February. The teams that execute late-game decisions, whether it's a coach's timeout, a strategic switch, or a fearless shot by a rising star, will set the tone for the next stretch run. Standings and conference signals. Early season results on Christmas Day can swing momentum in the standings, affecting playoff positioning and even potential rematches in the postseason. The 5-game slate doubles as a compact snapshot of who might emerge as legitimate title contenders and who still has doors to open. Narrative threats to watch post-Christmas. Will Cooper Flagg push the Mavericks forward with his rookie impact? How will Durant integrate into a Rockets system with veteran leadership? Can Wembanyama keep earning minutes and growth in a crowded young landscape? Will Edwards and Jokic reassert their headlining status as the league's premier jewels? This Christmas Day slate isn't just about a handful of games. It's a narrative mosaic that can shape the season's tone, reveal emerging stars, and set the stage for postseason clashes you'll remember for years. If you're tuning in from the USA or Canada, you'll feel the gravity of every quarter as players chase not just a win, but a moment that could define their place in the story of 2025-26. If you're hungry for more, I've got you covered. This breakdown is just the beginning. The NBA is delivering new headlines and shifting power every week, and I'll be here to translate every twist for you. If you loved this daily dive into Christmas Day's 5-game blockbuster and you want more real-time updates, match previews and post-game breakdowns, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. And because you asked for more content, click the next video on our channel right now to get the latest NBA news and updates. Let's ride these stories together. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next breakdown.